Greetings, this is Dan Gardner with Kin Logistics Solutions, broadcasting to you from an office adjacent to the Los Angeles Long Beach Port Complex. I'm here with one of the three co-founders of Kin Logistics Solutions, Mr. Imran Sheikh. We're going to talk a little bit about the amazing origin story behind the founding of Kin Logistics Solutions. Imran, it's October of 2023. Hard to believe that it was 3 years ago this month that you reached out and we started talking about Kin and your ideas and your original hypothesis behind the founding of Kin. Tell us a little bit about where you got the idea from, please.
I mean, we're from the same industry, and during my time in Philippines for DHL, there's a global service center doing internal back office support operations out of Philippines. They have several of them in Philippines, in India, in China, and in South America. And it's for their internal use. That's where I thought, bigger companies, large logistics companies can easily put up these centers, have the resources, the bandwidth, and everything. And there's an industry, drayage, which is a major component in it of the total supply chain. And someone should be putting this up and helping or supporting the back office operations of drayage companies. That's where the idea came, and that's when I picked up the phone and called you. What do you think?
Yeah, I remember that call. Sometimes companies put a lot of time and effort into market research and conducting studies and what have you. Imran and I knew each other from the XL Global Logistics days, worked here together in LA Long Beach, putting together integrated logistics programs, which included drayage. So we had a pretty good handle on what that was all about. But when you called and basically said, I think drayage is underserved for BPO services, business process outsourcing, I thought about it for a second. I said, yeah, I think you're right. Let's do it.
Absolutely. That's exactly
so that was put a lot of thought into that, but it was more based on your experience working with drayage providers here in LA Long Beach. And then, of course, we started to reach out to your original contacts from back in the day when you were with Expeditors here in LA. So tell us about the early days and outreach to those customers and how things went.
I mean, I picked up the phone and called a company that I knew from my Expeditors days and then DHL days, and I picked up the phone and I shared the idea and I said, this is what I want to know. And he was, it took a bit for him to understand what I was trying to say, and I told that, give me a chance, let me show it to you what we can do for you in your back office support, whether it's track and trace, billing, operations, anything, we can do it. And that's how he started. He actually had a board meeting or his management meeting and got me on a call and asked me to explain what I'm going to do. I had tons of questions from the team, and at the end they decided they'll give it a shot, and they took that leap of faith to let me manage their back office support.
Right. It was purely coincidental, but the pandemic, as tragic as it was, really validated the feasibility of distance work, not only in general, but specific to the drayage business, because you'll recall that some of the, not resistance, but people just, they weren't sure. They weren't ready to make that leap of faith. And what we found working from Karachi, Pakistan, you could be in Chino, California. You could be in the office next door. And with the technology today, whether it's Teams, Zoom, the other tools that we use, Google Docs, getting into the system of our permission-based systems access to our customers' TMS, transportation management system, it really changed the vibe completely. And the company has actually grown. So we started operating, if I recall, in the first quarter of 2020. Correct?
That's correct. Absolutely.
And the company has grown from essentially 3 employees to 150, providing services to every major port and rail ramp around the country. Tell us about some of the ports and rail ramps that Kin serves today.
We started out of Los Angeles, Long Beach area, and that's where we started. And now we're supporting operations in Houston, Kansas City, Memphis, East Coast, North Carolina, South Carolina, New Jersey port, Chicago, and we're not just doing port, we're doing rail operations. So the services that we started with, which was pure drayage, has expanded a lot. We just expanded into finance also, accounting services, receivables, payables, payrolls, So it has evolved and quite
Freight forwarding.
freight forwarding,
Yeah.
absolutely.
As we like to say, essentially in the logistics industry, you can do pretty much anything offshore other than customs work. And as a licensed customs broker, I'm hypersensitive to that. So, but even ISF is not considered an import or security filing is not considered customs business, and you can do that overseas. But anything else, you
And
can't.
we're currently doing that.
And we do that today by the hundreds
Exactly.
per month. So last question, in terms of the value proposition that you put forward to customers, what was the original attraction, and what has insulated Kin from so much competition in the marketplace?
Our services, first of all, when our teams are college graduates, very well spoken English, written English. They are from the industry, so it's not someone who's new, doesn't know what logistics is, what supply chain is, what trucking is, what drayage is. They have the background knowledge, and the supervisors, the managers have extensive experience. Some of our leads and supervisors are 10 years into this business. So the team that is put together is well experienced. They understand the operations. We have the time difference advantage. So when in the US, when our clients are sleeping, we are up preparing the work. So when they come in the morning, 8 o'clock, everything is ready for them, or they need to send reports and stuff to the customers, they're already done. We have support services that are 24/7. We have backups. So if you engage with Ken, if the person is out on vacation, sick time, you won't even feel it. The second person steps in and takes care of it. So the services, and we counter service excellence. I mean, that's what we sell actually. We don't have a product. So we ensure that our services are what our customers expect and better than that.
Yeah, it's worked out really well, and to see the company grow from the early days and having to change offices 3 different times in 3 years, given the growth and also the growth opportunities for the people within the organization. Some of the earlier folks that came on made that leap of faith to join you are now in senior management positions. So it's great to see that as well. So it's been a great 3 years. Here's to another 3 years in the future and continued growth. So Kin Logistics Solutions, not only drayage, which includes dispatch these days, by the way, but logistics in general.
Absolutely. I mean, it's trucking, it's freight forwarding, it's drayage, it's dispatch, it's accounting. So anything that has to do with supply chain logistics, with the back office support for you.
Right, and bearing in mind that we come from the industry, so it's not, we kind of hijack that line for us, by us. It's for logisticians, by logisticians, and it's worked out well. It resonates well, and more importantly, it plays out well in the operational field. So congratulations again, and again, here's to another 3 years. All right, thank you.
Thank you very
All
much.
right.